the funky beat. Sun is shining, Rachel brings the heat. Wake up CEO, we're on repeat. Chicago, Sun Up City on the go. Rachel L. Gary on the radio. Tune in quick, hear the power flow. Wake up CEO, it's your daily show. Wake up, start the day with CEO. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. From the windy city, bringing major vibes. Rachel on the mic, keeping lives revived. Radio Chicago, where dreams arise. Wake up CEO to the skies. No more snooze button, no more delay. Rachel's voice making waves today. Feel the energy Chicago way. Wake up CEO, rise and sway. Wake up, start the day with CEO. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. Wake up, start the day with CEO. Hey, Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill.
This is Dr. Carolyn Stevens, the CEO of the BHC Media Group. And when you are looking for a strategy for self-leadership, get aligned with Wake Up CEO with host Rachel L. Gary every Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m.
You know what time it is? Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago, Rachel L. Gary in the building. Wake up, CEO, let's go! Wake up, go some set that tone. Wake up, every step you take, you claim that throne. Wake up, no more doubt, no time to stall. Wake up, boss up now, go get it on. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up, I ain't waiting, now I go and take it. Built this from the ground, no way they break it. Consistency, my secret, watch me make it. Got that boss talk, nah I ain't faking no. Lost, set the goal, now I'm grabbing the goal. And put in the work, now I'm taking control. The vision so clear, yeah I already know. Every step I take, I'm ready to blow. Wake up, set that tone. Every step you take, you claim that throne. No more doubt, no time to stall. You boss up now, go get it all. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. No handouts, yeah I made my way. Built my brand, now I paid my lane out. Turn my losses into lessons. Now my grind got no recession. Yeah, they talk about chance, but I make my own. Yeah, I ain't waiting for fate, got a future to own. Yeah, every setback, just part of the game, gay game. But now I'm up and they know my name. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up. Success so sexy, put the work in flexi. Late nights, no rest, but now my vision's hefty. They doubt it, they laugh, now they watch from the back. Cause I turned every dream into bricks that stack. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, go get it all. Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago. Rachel L. Gary taking you to the top. Boss up, boss you, boss up now, go get it all. Yeah, every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago.
Yes, CEOs. Welcome to Wake Up CEO. I am your host, Rachel L. Gary, and today's theme is how to keep growing in every season. Absolutely, we're about to get locked in. I want everyone to stay locked in for the power statement of the day, and at the top of the hour, we will be bringing to you the book on the book in the Distinguished Authors Guild, where we celebrate literary excellence. Guys, we're going to stay locked in. And I want y'all to make sure you listen to that leadership 3-point play that is powered by Say I'm Possible Academy, where self-leadership gets what? GPS. So y'all know what I just speak candid truth. To empower the inner CEO, that's that person that is clearing your actions, empowered by your choices, and owning your direction. The one that is ready to be the CEO of your life. So let's do what we do on Wake Up CEO. We jump right in. We don't just wait and think about it. We get right to it. So life moves in seasons. Cold winters of challenge, spring of growth, summers of love and expansion, and blurred complex seasons of social change. So growth doesn't wait for perfect conditions. Growth responds and starts preparing. Let's get into it. So the power statement of the day is growth isn't seasonal. It's intentional. Oh, come on, CEOs. Get with me. I have a friend out there, author Black Diamond. When we first met, she called me intentional. And I'm going to tell you, I live up to that name 1,000%. I am 1,000% aligned with what Black said about me being intentional. I've been that way my entire life. I intentionally grow, intentionally want to grow, intentionally help individuals grow. What we doing on Wake Up CEO? We growing. That's what we doing on Wake Up CEO. So we got to get clear so we can understand the season so you can grow through it. So when you're getting clear with what the season is all about, then you can say, okay, let me get locked into this of what I'm going to do with that season. So we got Sharice Sloan checking in. If guys get locked into Highly Productive Chicago, Sharice Sloan is a promoter for music professionals, individuals who are looking to grow their business. If you want somebody who can help you promote, get locked in with Sharice Sloan of Highly Productive Chicago. And as we are diving in, Sharice said, you are a part of the team. What growth activity reshaped your mindset? That's the question of the day. Drop that in the chat for me. Let me know what you think. And as you come online, guys, share. We want everybody in our circle to have the same mindset, the mindset of clarity, empowerment, and ownership so we can grow through every season. We got to get locked into that. So first part is understanding the season so we can grow through it. Clarity is recognizing that life isn't happening to you. It's happening for you. Oh, yes, CEOs. Life not happening to us. Things come our way so we can learn. Situations occur so we can get an understanding. Things happen so we can grow through them. Oh, yeah, that's what situations are. They're happening for us. That's the mindset. That's the mindset we have to have as CEOs. If we're trying to grow our life in any direction, grow our businesses in any direction, grow our careers in any direction, we have to have a mindset of things are happening for us, not to us. So every season is a training. It's training something in you. Cold seasons, they build endurance. Warm seasons, they build expansion. Let's dive into how we get into it. We got to ask ourselves daily, what is this season developing in me? CEOs, if you don't know what that means, when I pause, that means I want you to take an opportunity to take that information in. Because when you pause, you have an opportunity to think. And thinking is fundamental to growth. So you need time to think, time to take information in and discern what you're going to do with it. Yeah, we got to be moving it. So when you figure out what this season is developing in you, Then you can stop labeling a season as good or bad. You'll start labeling a season as just being useful. Whew. Guys, everything that happens to us is just useful for us. Okay, I'm gonna give you a for instance. Okay, last week I had a situation at one of the properties where the tenants were not being responsive. I needed them to be responsive because we're looking to do a walkthrough. We're doing some cleanup. We're doing photos of the place. Now, this is where I labeled the information as useful because one, it told me, okay, what is it that I need to know? What are my rights as a property owner? What are their rights as a tenant? Now, I'm not saying I don't have all these answers, but this is what comes into play. I have to give them 48 hours notice, which I did. After 48 hours, legally, I can enter the property. Now, if the property isn't ready for my photos, what can I do? So I asked more questions. So that information became useful as opposed to it being hindrance because I had to pay a photographer twice because the photographer was ready to come out. And once you book the photographer for property doing pictures, you got to pay. So I learned two things. One, make sure you have everything locked in. Two, schedule things accordingly. And the third thing I learned is when tenants are unresponsive and they're having issues, you have to treat them in a different manner. And it doesn't mean you have to treat them like they're bad, because remember, there's no bad or good. This is useful. So what was useful from it is that tenants who are not willing to play by the rules, you have to handle things differently. You handle things with lawyers present. You handle things with authorities with you when you're taking care of those things. So it's never misconstrued that you are being forceful. That's a lesson. So even though the situation cost me money, it was a lesson for me to learn. So what in your life as CEOs, come on, drop that down here. What in your life has been going on and that you're saying, dang, man, this is just bad. Everything that's going on is bad. If you're taking it as bad, go back to those same situations and figure out what was useful from them that's going to help you grow. Because that's what we're trying to do on Wake Up CEO. We're growing on Wake Up CEO. So another thing that'll help you get clear, because remember, we are understanding the season so we can grow through it. That's what we get. We're under. This is how we're going to do it. This is us getting clear so we can make it through the season, whatever that season is. If this is a season of growth, if this is a season of learning, if this is a season of lessons, this is the season of understanding how to grow through that so you can move on to the season where you're reaping a harvest. We can't reap a harvest that we don't understand. We can't grow something if we don't know if we didn't fertilize the dirt. So perception creates progress. So when meaning replaces misery, growth begins. So when you understand that this situation is happening for me for a reason, you stop being miserable because you're so busy trying to figure out what do I need to learn from this that you don't have time to roll around in it. You don't have time to be stagnant in the situation because you're too busy trying to figure out how to replace it and how to learn and grow from it. So we're going to replace why is it happening to what is this preparing me for? One switch of a sentence changes how you perceive the situation. Ooh, come on now. Come on, CEOs. I want y'all to get locked into that. Because that's some real, as I say, that's some juice right there. When you replace why is it happening with what is it preparing me for? Because we need to understand how and what all these situations or what is all of this negativity? What is happening when there is things that are depressing? What's happening in these situations? How are they meant for me? And when you start searching those answers out, then that's like, man, you making that happen. Because you're searching for the answer to that question. You're looking for, man, how does this help me out? You know how you be doing with the connect? The person you want to connect you with someone else? When you want somebody to help you do anything, have something. If you want to buy a new car, and you're like, man, I don't want to spend $10,000 for it. I only want to spend $7,000. Who do I know who could help me get it for $7,000? That's how you gotta take the situations when they come your way. What's from this is gonna make me better? What from here is preparing me for what's next? Because I guarantee you there's a lesson in there. And that lesson is as easy as you accepting that there is a lesson. You got to just stay locked into that. You are the lesson. Life is a lesson. Let's go back. When you were kids, what lessons did you learn as a kid that made you a better teenager? What lessons as a teenager made you a better young adult? What lessons as a young adult are making you a better older adult? So on and so forth. But if you're not looking for that lesson, or you didn't learn the lesson, if you didn't grasp, there was a lesson to grasp. That's usually when we continue to repeat those same cycles because we didn't listen to the lesson. We weren't searching for the lesson. We were living in the misery of the situation. We were living in the inconvenience of what happened, as opposed to taking from the situation the lesson or the blessing that is necessary for us to grow, develop, and be, do, and have the life that we deserve. Come on, guys, let's get into that. Talk to me about that. Talk to me about those lessons. I'm telling you guys, my life has had so many tragedies. I could talk about those all day. But I'm going to tell you what I did from every one of those tragedies. Anybody who read Forged in Fire, From Ashes to Empowerment, that's my very first book. I explain what I did to all of those things that happened in my life that were meant to happen for me. I've been this way since I was very young. Very young, I thought of in the mind frame of how can I make this situation make me better? All you have to do is say yes to you. Yes to you want to know. Yes to you learning. Yes to, okay. This is a real bad. This was something that I wasn't looking for. I wish it wasn't happening. What can I learn from it? That mind frame, that mindset automatically puts you towards learning, even if you don't take the lesson right then. But switching the way you think about the situation allows you to find the lesson. Awareness breaks repetition. So unseen patterns repeat themselves. So if you don't take the opportunity to see the lesson, you're prone to repeat it. I know these are things you've heard before, but let me tell you how you break the pattern. Notice what keeps showing up in your life. If you're constantly having negativity, if you're constantly having bad luck, I put that in quotation marks for people listening on Support District Radio or 365, Live 365. If bad things are happening in your life, if you're not noticing a pattern, they will continue. So if you have a string of bad luck, you didn't learn the lesson. If you have things that are pulling you out of your comfort zone, you're not listening for the lesson. If you're hearing conversations that are bringing you down, you're not listening to the lesson. Because The reason why you keep hearing those conversations, the reason why you keep having a string of bad luck is because you're not looking for the pattern so you can stop the pattern. We own that. So you identify one thing that's repeating and you have to react to it to interrupt it. So when the thing is happening, so let's say, for instance, you got this going on and that going on. What do you do next? Let me get you to what you do next. You learn from the lesson. Take it in. We got Nanette checking in with us. She says, howdy do. Hey there, Nanette. Guys, get locked in with her music. Stream her stuff. Hey, I got to put the clean version to it, but stream her stuff. She has some really good, powerful music. And guys, you guys will be hearing some of it here. I have some of it that will be coming your way. Check it out. We will be bringing that in the top of the 4 o'clock hour. You guys got to get locked into Nanette and her music. Awesome vibe. Awesome vibe. And I want to, as I was talking about the vibe, when you hear the words vibe, those vibes, when you're looking for positive vibes, you have the same ability to keep things positive in your everyday life. So if I'm a person if I'm listening to a song, I'm looking for something that pulls me to it. This is whether it's rap, R&B, trap, whatever it is. Country, rock. I'm a rock fan, so I play the rock guitar myself. So when I'm listening to that music, I'm always looking for that vibe. What makes me vibe with it? What makes me like it? And normally, for me, it's always that when there's a message. If there's a message in a song that moves me, I like that song. If there's no message, I'm gonna scroll past it. Just like social media. If there's no message in the content that someone putting out there, I scroll right past it. I might like you. We might be cool, but what you're putting out there doesn't resonate with me. That's why it's my social media. I want to say it this time, guys. That's why it's your social media. She's checking in. So Nanette checked in again. See you Friday. Absolutely, guys. See you guys. If you guys are not already aware that My Radio Chicago is having a anniversary appreciation ceremony. Guys, get locked in. I will get that link and drop it in the chat. We are having a celebration. We're celebrating a 10-year anniversary of My Radio Chicago. Shy Blizz 10 years ago came in here and set things up. After leaving 92.3, came in here, made a difference, made a change, and here we all are reaping the conversation of that change. That goes to understanding when something isn't working and paving your own way. We got to give a kudos to Shy Blizz on that for putting something in place that allows other people to have an opportunity to speak on a platform, put their message out there into the world. I mean, Blizz does awesome work. I have to say personally, I am a fan of Blizz, and I don't mean a fan of the music, a fan of him as a artist, but a fan of his humanity, a fan of how he steps up, a fan of what he's bringing to the table. But that all goes to that I'm always in my circle looking for that positivity. When there's negativity, I don't say, man, I ain't going over there because that's a bunch of BS. I just excuse myself from that situation. That's when you are in tune with cycles. When I was hearing negativity on an everyday basis from individuals, I knew that I had to stop talking to them every day because that is me switching. Understanding that the repetition that was happening. Why was I constantly hearing about the drama? Because I was constantly listening to the drama. I wasn't using my own judgment and determining that, okay, do I want to hear this drama or do I want to grow? There was a song that I was listening to earlier. Man, if you guys are not up with it, Sinatra, he has a song, Never Gonna Fall Off Again. And there's a part of his song where he says this. He doesn't know about the Super Bowl or the NBA. Because for him at that moment, he was growing and building. So I mean, I'm gonna play the song today. It's called "Never Fall Off Again." I'm gonna look for it, and we're gonna play it so you guys can get locked into it. But the song itself is really motivational, and on the same token, I only listen to things that are positive. And that's just saying in general that I like positivity. I like when someone is bringing something up there and they're talking about some things that make sense about growth. Because when you're looking to grow, you can't be sitting around here trying to figure out what's going on with somebody else in their life. If you spending a lot of time worrying about what somebody else got going on in their life, and that's the football players, that's the basketball players, that was the Super Bowl, and what he's talking about in this song, I'm gonna play the song right now because so you guys can hear the vibe and hear what I'm talking about. So this is Sinatra's "Never Fall Off," the clean version. Get locked in. Stay locked in on My Radio Chicago, Support District Radio, where we already know it is more than radio.
Yeah. I mean, we all go through hard times. We get knocked down, but it's about how you get back up. How you move forward, you hear me? I will never fall off again. Took loss after loss, but it's nothing to a boss. I will never fall off again. Damn bad, almost lost everything, but it's nothing to a king, baby. I will never fall off again. Fell on hard times, but survived. Look my daughter in the eyes, told her I will never fall off again. Now with your vision way clearer, look yourself in the mirror, scream, I will never fall off again. Look, this a morning affirmation. That bag waiting on me, I don't need no confirmation. I was down bad, staring at the feet. Then I got up on my feet. You don't hustle, you don't eat. And I ain't get them goals in. I started with an ounce, and I got it figured out. But I did get them pros in. Swipe, wow. Forgot it was that easy. I ran through them pros like Selena Cloud. Had to cut off all women except one. How you broken chasing? You a freak, you a bum. I got too comfy, I was chilling with my feet up. Then hit a couple speed bumps, but I will never fall off again. Took loss after loss, but it's nothing to a boss. I will never fall off again. Damn bad, almost lost everything, but it's nothing to a king, baby. I will never fall off again. Fell on hard times, but survived. Look my daughter in the eyes, told her I will never fall off again. Now with your vision way clearer, look yourself in the mirror, scream, I will never fall off again. This a daily affirmation. I'm really like that, and I don't need your confirmation. Got my grind on super mode, so I ain't give a about who performed at halftime or the Super Bowl. Cause I got super goals, and I need a super bag. Hustling and me loving it. I'm tired of doing super bad. I'm trying to bounce back, getting every dollar bill. Shooting all my shots now. I got that dang dollar bill. In the gym, getting dollars still. Heard them talking money, boy. I popped up out that locker like I'm dollar bill. I could be up or down. That don't define me. So I'm back grinding, cause I will never fall off again. Took loss after loss, but it's nothing to a boss. I will never fall off again. Damn bad, almost lost everything, but it's nothing to a king, baby. I will never fall off again. Fell on hard times, but survived. Look my daughter in the eyes, told her I will never fall off again. Now with your vision way clearer, look yourself in the mirror, scream, I will never fall off again. I swear to God, I never fall off again, man. I ain't too afraid to say I struggle. I come from the struggle. I got that dog in me, though. I'll be good. It's on me and it's in me. Hey, yo, I don't understand how you could judge somebody who might have fell off and you yourself ain't never even been the fuck on. Sound fishy to me. Salute to everybody on the grind. We working. What you doing?
We got to get locked into our mindset growing. We got to get locked into being the best version of us. Because if we're not locked into being the best version of us, we're going to constantly live the cycle. That's why we're talking about how to keep growing in every season, no matter what season you're in. We're talking about how to grow through it. So we were talking about using the season. So we got past being clear. So we're clear that we're recognizing that life isn't happening to us. So it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. So that's us being clear. So clear, life is happening to us. It's not happening to us, it's happening for us, which means that there's lessons to be learned in every situation, no matter how tragic the situation could be. We can't live in a tragedy. We must grow to have triumph. So now we're jumping into how to and be empowered once we clear that life is happening for us. Now we're going to talk about how we can use that season and don't let that season use you. That's what we're going to discuss today. Because being empowered is knowing you still have the choice. You got the choice and you have the influence, even when your life shifts. So as your life is shifting, you still have the choice. You have the choice to take it good, bad, or indifferent. You have the choice to take it as a lesson that you're going to use for future reference. You have a choice to take it as a tool that you're going to put in your tool belt for future things that take place. Or you're going to take it as a way to pull yourself out of whatever tragic situation happened to grow and develop and be the best version of the CEO that is you. So we're going to get into that. So, because discipline outlasts environment. Motivation changes, discipline carries you. So how we do that? Anchor your day with 1 to 2 non-negotiable habits. Keep them simple and repeatable. That's what we're working on. Simple. Simplicity. I'm not about being complex CEOs. That's not what I do. Complexity is not how I do it. So everything has to be where you are moving towards you. Whenever you're sitting in a situation that is toxic in your life, you're moving further away from the person you can become. Think about the last time you told somebody, man, that don't even matter. We take that sometimes as a negative. Sometimes. So if we're taking that as a negative sometimes, that when situations happen, that, man, that stuff don't matter. So when you say it doesn't matter, that means you're putting it out your head? Or you're saying it doesn't matter to hurt someone else's feelings? We got to get locked into why we do what we do. Because once we get locked in, that, remember, we're clear. Everything is happening for us, not to us. So once we get clear, now we're talking about that motivation. I be motivated every day to walk. My discipline makes me walk every day. I have a 7 o'clock regimen. By 7:05, I am walking 1.5 miles first thing in the morning. I walk for 30 minutes every single day, 7 days a week. I do not prescribe to one more time. This is my health journey, not everyone's health journey. On my health journey, I walk 7 days a week. And I have a partner in crime. My youngest has decided to walk with me because then it gives me an accountability partner. They're accountable to their success. I'm accountable to my success. We walk and talk together, which keeps us, well, okay. Like one day recently, they were like, man, I don't feel like it. I was like, come on now, we got to go. It's only 1 mile. Because they're walking 1 mile every day and I'm walking 30 minutes every day. I said, it's only 1 mile, Jay. Let's roll. And boom, we was out there. But that's when the motivation fades. Because the motivation to do it, we all know we need to lose weight. We all know that we need to stop eating cakes and cookies. We all know that fried food is not good for us. But we still go to the grocery store and buy grease. We still go to the restaurant and buy fried chicken. We still eating fried fish. However, that's when you're motivated. Usually the first of the year, everybody's motivated. Man, I'm ready to do it. I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to stay on task. And statistically, by February, people have totally abandoned all of their goals. That's not giving anybody any flack at all. It's saying this: your motivation to do it is there. But if you haven't grown the discipline to keep making it happen, within 30 days, you stop. So how do we get the discipline? Let's get there. Anchor yourself. Pick one small thing and just start doing it. Instead of, I'll use for instance, like myself, I'm walking. So if we're walking, I'm walking every day. But on my walks, I'm like, okay, I'm doing this because I want to be at 5,000 steps by this time. The discipline in me says, I'm going to tell you what I tie my discipline to, my integrity. So when I say I'm going to do something, I show up for myself. So when you tie it to something that means something to you, my integrity is huge, 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 huge. I told someone I was doing something. If I have some other things that come up, I try to get back to that person as quick as possible. Hey, I can't do A, B, and C, but I can't do it on this time. Because my word is everything. If I say I'm doing it, and I'm showing up. If I say I do not know, that means I have not determined it if I'm going to do it or not. I don't know is an answer. But the reason why I've been walking for over 30 days, for 30 days, 7 days, I've been 30 days straight, over 30 days straight, I walk every single day. Because my integrity is tied into me doing it now. I done told my youngest I'm doing it. I done told my wife I'm doing it. I done told you guys I'm doing it. And I own it. And I'm empowered that I want to be at a certain size by a certain time, and I'm going to be on it. Not only did I start walking, I started actually also putting in all of the foods that I eat into a calculator that doesn't just give me the calories. It also tells me the metabolic properties of the food. So it lets me know when I'm eating too much of this or too little of that. Because I want to make sure that I'm doing this and doing it healthy. There's a difference. But as I said, my integrity is tied to what I'm doing. So we got people checking in. We got Letitia. She's answering the question of the day. And the question of the day is, what growth activity reshaped your mindset? And her answer to that question is, hold on, Tish, sorry about that. Her answer is, the growth activity that reshaped your mindset is positive affirmations and challenging negative behaviors and controlling your emotions. Period. Put a mic drop after that, Tisha. Letitia, put that on a mic drop after that. Because if you don't challenge yourself to make a change, you repeat the same things over and over again. The only person who can make a change to that is you. You got to determine are you worth it? Are you worth it? When you look at yourself in the mirror, are you worth your life being better than it is today? Are you willing to do what is necessary for it to make it happen? Are you willing to be, do, and have the life that you desire? We all want to have it, but we don't want to put in the work that is necessary for it to be. We don't want to do the do. We don't want to do the do. People want to be a certain size, but don't want to put in the work to make it happen. If you can't afford liposuction or any cosmetic surgery, then there's only one way to get skinnier: eat less, work out more. But you got to be ready to say yes to you. This isn't a yes to everyone else. The first person I said yes to was me. I tied my goal in with my identity. My identity is that my integrity is everything. So if my integrity is everything, then I speak up for me. Rachel L. Gary is walking every single day for 30 minutes every single day. No matter what. If it's cold, I walk the hall. If it's above 30 degrees, I go ahead and I walk the track. Then next month, I've already said I'm incorporating weights, which means I'm going to be in the gym. We got to be on it. Who are we fronting for? We all say we want something out of life, but we too scared, too inconsistent. We too comfortable. There's so many things that we are saying okay to, that we're saying no to us all the time. Okay to uncomfortable. When you say, I'm okay with being comfortable, I don't need that house, I'm okay paying rent. When you say, I'm too scared to ask my boss for a raise, which means that I'm fine with what I'm making, that's a settling. What are we settling to? And what are we settling for? So we got Letitia checked in again. Discipline is most valuable skill. Absolute. To me, it is. There's many people. I have 4 pillars of self: self-discipline, self-care, self-awareness, self-esteem. That's from my book, Hashtag Poverty to Six Figures. If you guys are not locked in, get locked in with that book, Hashtag Poverty to Six Figures. In that book, I talk about the 4 pillars of self. It's the very first chapter, which if you go to my website right now, you can get free on me. The first chapter is yours. Go to www.sayiampossible.com. That's www.sayiampossible.com. Get your free chapter 1. And that chapter 1 lays the foundation. It's how I live my life. I was able to build past 6 figures. I went from $7 an hour to multiple 6 figures. I don't just talk about it. How we used to say in the street, guys, drop that down there. We don't talk about it, we be about it. Sayla Brooks checks in. Say yes to you. Sayla Brooks, he has a new podcast coming out called Champions Club. Guys, get locked in. If you are looking for him on Facebook, you can find him at Sayla Brooks. That is SELAHBRZOOKS. Get locked in with his new podcast and the things that he's doing. He is also a brand coach for my masterminds. He was once a student that has now become the teacher. And he is my brand coach. He's helping me with my new vlog that's coming out called Authors Hustle, chasing 10,000 copies. I am going on a mission to have 10,000 copies, pre-order copies of my 3rd book, Freedom Has GPS, Set Your Destination to Success. And he is helping me along with that. So y'all got to get locked in with him. Get locked in. And Letitia, she says, I can't hang with you today. I'm at work later. All right, no worries. Thank you for joining me as you did and dropping good information in the comments. I appreciate you. But that's what it's about, guys. Getting locked into you. So when your growth requires you being adaptable, what worked before may not work now. That's okay. You've changed, the environment changed, life has changed. The one thing in life that is consistent is change. Environment's going to change, people are going to change, things are going to change. If that is going to happen, you have to be ready that things that used to work need to evolve. I'm a firm believer. Let me tell you what I do. I personally, every single week, look over my last week's content, look over my last week's numbers, look over my last week's output. Did I move closer to my goals or further away? Or am I stagnant? If I am, why? And if I'm not growing, I am stagnant in my book. So what needs to change? Now, sometimes I don't need to change something. I need to let something play all the way out. But you have to be ready that what used to be the best thing is not the best thing today. And being adaptable, that's why you can't be comfortable. We live in a society where things are ever changing. AI came out. When AI hit the scene, people were shaking in their boots. What were they shaking for? Let's ask the question. What were they shaking for? What were they shaking for? Because we didn't have the information. We didn't understand how to use it. Now, right now, I know this one young lady, she's doing every AI app possible. She's got every AI tool working. She's put every AI tool together to make a new booklet, to make new webinars, to make new seminars. She's got all kinds of things she's doing with AI. Make it talking heads. I didn't even know what that was. But it's about when you start thinking that I must evolve, not to be scared because evolution is happening. Think about this. If we were scared, if we're going to be scared about evolution, let's go back 10,000 years, maybe longer than that. We're going to go back about 30,000 years when cavemen were out there and they were freezing. If they hadn't gotten smart and decided to figure out how to get warm, we all be cold today. I guarantee you the very first person who made fire, everybody said they were the devil. They ostracized that person. He wasn't embraced. They weren't embraced when they made that fire. You guys know how people are. The first thing is they talked about him. They didn't even want to be near him. They separated themselves. They over there freezing, shivering, and they over there warm in their area. Because somebody has to say yes to being different. Because the one who says yes to being different quicker will have the best results. Oh, take that in, CEOs. And if you're new to Wake Up CEO, when I do that, that pause means take that in. If you're the last one who learns how to do something, you're already behind. Think about it. If you're not at this point learning how to utilize AI in any shape, form, or fashion, no matter what industry you're in or what industry you plan to be in, if you don't learn anything about AI, you're going to be behind in the next year. I'm going to say a year, the next 365. We're going to give you 365. So if you don't embrace it and learn some components of it, you'll be just like your grandmother that you talk about, who has a hard time using her cell phone. You'll be just like your parents who have a hard time using FaceTime. I want you guys to relate. This is how life changes. When I was a little kid, you still dialed up on your phone with a rotary. As I got older, you started being able to punch buttons. As I got older, it started where I had a two-way. I had a beeper where people could not page me. Then I went from having a pager to having a two-way where people could not two-way text me, to me having a cell phone that was expensive. Let's go that way. When it was expensive to have a cell phone, to where cell phones became commonplace and people don't even have home phones, to where we were Skyping each other on the internet. Guys, I'm telling you about technology. But the last person who embraced using Skype, by that time, we were already using something else. So now they just spend all their time learning a technology that isn't relevant to the current days. This is about getting out your own way, CEOs. How to use the season and don't let that season use you. AI is a thing. Get some classes. If it's basic AI, I don't mean chat GPT AI, where you put in there asking to write a paragraph for you. That's ancient. Don't give away your faculties that you need. If you do not know how to write a paragraph, get to learning how to write a paragraph, get to learning how to write a better email copy, get to learn how to do those things. People tell you, well, chat can do it. Let's go this way. Back to my phone scenario. When all those phone technologies were coming about, if you did not learn how to use them and didn't master how to actually use the phone, like for me, there's certain apps I didn't know how to use. So I told my son, Trey, can you help me out how to use these apps? He's always like, Mom, why you use this? Because you understand how to use them. Teach me how to use them. Because I don't want to be the last one to learn how to do something, and then 10 more new things are coming up. Now, yes, does that mean you have to always be learning? Absolutely, you have to always be in a mood to learn. If you are sitting stagnant, waiting for some miracle to happen where everything downloads into your brain, it's not a thing. Not as of yet. It might be coming around on the horizon. But until then, you have to pick up a book, listen to a podcast, hopefully watch Wake Up CEO and get locked in on Wake Up CEO. Because each time that you put the information in you, you are adjusting your method, not just the mission. So when you're trying to adapt and grow, you wanted to make a phone call. The method in which you were using to make the phone call changed, but the mission to make a call did not. You just want to communicate with another individual. Now you can communicate across the world on WhatsApp, which is an internet-based software. You can internet-based call somebody across the world. I talk to my VA in India. I talk to my VA in Philippines. I talk to them all the time. That's when your mission is still the same. My mission is just to communicate. The methods changed. That's what I'm just talking about here. So when you're using the season and don't let the season use you, you understand that your mission is just to make a phone call, but you have to adapt, change, and grow in the methods in which you're making that call. Same thing with the work you're doing. The analogy for the phone plays the same way as any work you're doing. If you're somebody who was in warehousing, supply chain management, supply chain period, you were in the supply chain, you were unloading trucks. When you first started unloading trucks, you had a pallet jack. Then you had a little motor car that was used with gas. Then we got to a walkie that was electrical, that was still gas power. Then you got an electric powered one. Now you have automatic forklifts. And right now in some warehouses, we have AI robots that unload trucks. They go in the truck, pick up the pallet, bring the pallet out, put it on the dock where it's supposed to go. Those high-tech warehouses. Now, I got a question. Now, everybody's going to get mad because we're taking away jobs. Okay, I'm going to take you back to the person that was just using a pallet jack. They had to learn the technology of the walkie. From the walkie to the forklift, they had to learn how to drive the forklift. With the AI, you have to learn how to program it. The method doesn't change. I mean, the method changes, but the mission doesn't change. You just are trying to unload the truck. This works in anything that you're doing in your life. You have to evolve with it so you do not let the season use you. So we got some people checking in the chat. Hello, CEOs. That's on Facebook. And on TikTok, we got Bree saluting. Hello, Bree. Thank you for checking in. at the end of the day, guys, I'm telling you, this is how you grow. This is how you grow. You grow and develop into who you are by learning, growing, and developing. Hope is an action. Empower people, act before conditions improve. One more time, I want to say it again. Hope is an action. It is action. When you are looking to grow and develop and be a better version of you, you can't just hope. Man, I just hope that something happens different. When you said hope that something happens, that means that right now you understand that something new must happen. When you realize something new must happen, you have to start acting towards it happening. So your hope with action brings results, CEOs. Hope with action brings results. Take one step forward a day. This is how you do it. One step forward, regardless of how you feel. Remember, I said I'm working out every day. I don't care how I'm feeling. How about this right now? If I stood up right now, you guys will see me wince in pain because I hurt the side of my leg. I don't know what happened. But I'm walking tomorrow. I'm going to go home and put on my little, what is it? Whatever it's called. My wife knows what it's called. She buys the stuff for me. I'm going to put it on me. I'm going to lay out in my bed. After I take my shower, put it on me, lay out in my bed. Boom. Tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, I'll be up walking again. If I have a cold, I'll be up walking again. Because remember, I tied my integrity in with it. So if I tie my integrity in it, and my integrity to me is my foundation. One more time, guys. This is how you got to build. You got to build you. If you don't stand for nothing, what does the statement say? You fall for anything. I stand on being a person of integrity. So that's my base. So whenever I say I'm doing it, everybody knows you chalk that up. She in it. Because I stand up for what I believe in for me. So when I'm talking to you CEOs, I'm just giving you guys tips on how you can build your foundation. So if your word is what you hold real dear, or if your character is what you hold real dear, if your discipline is what you hold real dear, then that's how you lead off your change. With my discipline, I'm going to make it happen. Everybody who's in the chats, guys, share this live, share this to your pages, share this to your groups. We want everybody involved with how to grow in every season. We want everybody to know how to grow. And today we talked about getting clear. That was understanding that the seasoning is happening for you, not to you. And right now we're talking about how to use the season and don't let that season use you. And we got just some quick tips. Because I want you guys to be able to do, be, and have the life that you desire. We don't want to be stuck. There's no need to be stuck. We got to shake off the unfamiliar and let it become our new norm. I told my wife recently, I tell her all the time, I am comfortable being uncomfortable. I live my life by that rule. I'm comfortable being uncomfortable. Hey there. Who we got? I can't see it. I think it's Canteen Love. Thank you for joining me on TikTok. We got people on TikTok joining in. We got Bree who jumped in. Thank you for joining me on TikTok, Bree. I appreciate that. Because at the end of the day, guys, it's about finding the life that fits you and what you desire, what you want. We all say we want to be a millionaire, or we all say we want to have more money, or we all say we want to have nicer things, but we don't want to put in the work. I'm gonna wake up CEO telling you guys about how to put in the work. I'm not gonna come here and sugarcoat it for you guys to tell you that, hey, I can help you make $10,000 and you do the minimum amount of work possible. Okay. I want you guys to know something. Whenever you guys see on social media or someone telling you you can do something with the minimum amount of work, ask them how much work did they put in to do it. Just ask the question. Ask the question. When someone says the get rich quick schemes, this is the first thing I think of. If you say I can get rich quick, I want to know how to get rich quick, but I don't want to know how to get rich quick in the sense of where you're saying, okay, I want to get rich quick. Okay. You're going to have to do something. Something you're going to have to do. You're going to have to put in some work. I want you to get used to putting in work because that's what's going to happen. You have to put in some work. So we're going to bring to you guys real quick. Go jump into some of this music. We got to remember we are on my radio Chicago and we support District Radio where we already know it is more than radio. So I want you guys to stay locked in with me while we're going to jump into the Author's Corner that is brought to you by Distinguished Authors Guild, where your literary excellence is celebrated. And at the end of the day, guys, we got more to go. We got more steps to take, more ways to grow, more things to do so we can grow, do, be, and have the life that we desire. We got to stay locked in. Stay locked in. Hold on real quick. We got Coach, he says, Coach, we got Sayla Brooks who checked in. Coach, can you please talk a bit about how growth and change does take time? These seasons of growth can take 6 months or more. A tree takes a long time to grow. Bamboo takes 5 years to grow. We are like plants. Let's take the necessary time to grow. Mike, put a mic drop on that, Sayla. Put a mic drop on that. Because it goes to at the end of the day, we have to understand that life is about growth. In my 10-week mastermind, I teach people the foundations. That's what I talk about in my 10-week mastermind. And during that time, we make monies, but it's all about building the foundation so you can make more money over time. And you can help more people over time. Because it's not really about making money. I teach in my course to be the change you want to see in the world and service. Your business is a service. Whether it's a product or a service, you are serving another client. You're serving another person. Make sure that when you show up and you're providing them something they need. And if it's not something they need, then you should not be trying to sell it in the first place. We got to stay locked into those type of things. So we're going to play Peachka's Trozen. Get locked in. Stay locked in with my radio Chicago. Support District Radio. Well, we already know it is more than radio.
This goes crazy.
Right. Rachel's words still echo in our mind. A true CD.
I want you guys to be up, out, and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You.
From great to glory, we rise. CEO Mastermind. CEO State of Mind.
Do you feel stuck? Like your dreams are just out of reach? It's time to change that narrative. Use life's setbacks to fuel the fire within. I'll walk you through the exact steps I took to move from $7 an hour to multiple six-figure success. The roadmap includes practical strategies, real-world mindset shifts, and the habits that help me rise against the odds. Welcome to #Poverty to Six Figures, a journey that goes beyond just financial success. This is about breaking free from the cycle and claiming your desires, transforming your life, unlocking your potential, and finally living the life you deserve. Get your copy today and start your journey towards financial freedom. Are you ready?
6 figures couldn't change my mind.
questions were exact and to the point of what I needed, but immediately I was able to apply some extra income come immediately this past week.
Charging $150 for these classes. So I had 30 people show up each day. I charge $150 and we're like 4 days.
I've gotten like three more clients since I revamped again. And I'm really grateful for that.
I actually hit my goal. I think I was at 158. And so this week I'm now at 170 RSVPs for my lunch party.
I have been uploading consistently, sharing it, and also promoting and marketing on it. I did build up my own team as well. The business, I also did crack in another client.
Maybe about this thing I'm to do any marketing.
Yo.
Okay, see, bro.
We're locked into Think and Grow Rich, a Black Choice by Dennis Kimbrough. And the three key takeaways from today's book was 1, thought discipline shapes destiny. Your dominant thoughts decide your outcomes, especially in adversity. And I'm going to expound a little bit on that note that I put there. So the note that I put there goes this way. Have you ever heard about the fight or fight rule? If you are a person naturally that runs when a situation comes your way, you're going to run instantly. No matter how much training you have, you're going to run. If you're a person that naturally stays and fights, you are going to stand and fight, even if you cannot. So it goes to, we are a culmination of our thoughts. And that's why we decide the outcomes that are happening in our life. The second you let something external of you, if you start giving it externally saying that, hey, because of this happening and that happened, that's why my life is the way it is. That means you're allowing something external of you to take control of how you live, grow, and develop in your life. You own it. You got it. Let's make it happen, CEOs. The second thing I took out from the book, purpose must be stronger than circumstance. Clear purpose allows progress even when the system resists you. So you guys, if you're new to Wake Up CEO, when I do that, that just means take it in, take it in. A lot of times we are talking about our circumstances. We're talking about the neighborhoods we grew up in that are poor. We're talking about that our parents did not have. We're talking about we didn't have a clear education. We talk about many things, but we don't want to stand up for the one thing and say that we have to own our development current to future. Take that again. We have to own our development from where we are now to the future version of us. When you are owning it, remember what CEO stands for, being clear in your actions, empowered by your choices, and owning your direction. We're talking about ownership. You have to own the outcomes of your life. And when you own them, you're able to notice that a circumstance can happen, but it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. The third thing was faith plus action creates momentum. Belief without action stalls you. Action without belief burns you out. So if you don't believe in something higher than you. It does not have to be God. It does not. It can be the spirit. It can be the omnipotent. It can be God. It can be however you want to name that person or name that entity, naming that energy. You have to have faith that you can make it happen. And that faith plus action equals results. So that was from the book by Dennis Kimbrough, Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. Every week I highlight a book, from my personal library that I have read or am reading. And I bring that 3 quick tips to you guys every single week, because it's important to me that what I intake, I provide information on how I get the information. I didn't invent these rules. I just utilize those rules in a concise way to move my agenda forward, which is success. So for me, my agenda is always to help develop and grow 100,000 people in the next year and a half. Now I have a year and a half for my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is to impact 100,000 people in a way that allows them to grow, be, do, and have the life that they desire. So that is my goal. So we're gonna jump into my part. Ownership. We're going to own our direction. So we talked about in the first half of the show. Let's recap. Understanding the season is happening for you, not to you. Second part was we're going to use the season, not let the season use us. So we're going to understand what's going on in the season and how we can utilize that information to grow ourselves in a way that we can find success. Now we're talking about how to own it. So grow where you are planted. Having ownership is deciding that growth is your responsibility, not the season's permission. It is your responsibility to intake information that'll help you grow. If you right now have $10 in your bank account and you don't know how to get more money into your bank account, even if it's from a job or if it's from a business, if you don't have the necessary mental tools to make that happen, it is your responsibility to go get them. I was having a conversation right before the show with a lovely young lady, and we were talking about government subsidies. Now I'm adverse. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I am not with the status quo of how this is going to sound, and I am not going to be apologetic for what I'm going to say next. When you give over your ownership of how to grow you to an entity, to another person, and you're not going to own how you're going to do it, you're going to be waiting for someone else to do something for you. Now, let me tell you why I am a firm believer in getting your butt up and making it happen. Hey, I got to speak spade to spade. This is why. If I wait for the government to create a program in the community that gives me all the tools to build a business, wait for what I'm going to say next. The tool exists. In most communities, there's a community center. In most communities, there is a organization that feeds prosperity in the communities. How many times have you walked in their doors? I'll wait for it. I'm going to do a Cat Williams. I'll wait for it. If you are waiting for someone to walk in your door, knock on your door, sit next to you on the couch, cut off your TV, put the material in front of you, plug it into your back so it can download into you like the computer, you are sadly mistaken on how growth goes. Thank you, Penny, for joining me today. Shane, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you guys. Lewis, thank you for joining me today. Thank you guys for joining me. So what I'm saying to you guys is this. Remember, on Wake Up CEO, I speak candid truth. I'm very candid. I'm not a believer in a handout. Like John Hope Bryant says, I'm a firm believer in the hand up. I'm gonna give you information that will help you stand yourself up. I will not give you information that tells you how to wait for somebody to give it to you. That I don't believe in it. It's not a thing for me. I mean, how else can I put it? At the end of the day, guys, we have to own the life that we want, we desire, and be in action towards it. The young man, Selah Brooks, who jumped on, he has a full-time job working nights. He has a photo booth that he is renting out. He has a coaching business that he is growing. He invested in himself with my coaching program for 10 weeks to help him provide information that was a foundation for him to grow all those things. The reason why I say it is that you have to be the one that stands up first. What did they tell you on the airplane? If you've ever flown anywhere, what they say on the airplane is put your oxygen mask on first, because you can't save anyone else if you are struggling to breathe. So I talk about that in just self-love all the time. That's part of self-care. A couple of weeks ago on Wake Up CEO, I was talking about Sharice Bennett's book that talks about self-love. Go back a couple, I think it's 3 episodes that I was talking about her book. I'm a firm believer in what I say. I can't speak for individuals who don't have the self-motivation. There's a young lady who is part of the Distinguished Author Guild named Brittany Thomas. This young lady is in a wheelchair and has, I believe she has cerebral palsy. Let me tell you the name of her book, guys. Don't Let the Wheelchair Fool You. This young lady is a public speaker. She helps individuals in the community. She is in a wheelchair that she just bought. She just bought a new wheelchair that stands her up because she can't stand up on her own. There was a gentleman who won the Olympics with no legs and no hands, but he ran and won. These are just some of the stories that are out there. There is no one special. I'm not special because I have decided to take this stance. I'm just trying to be extraordinary me. And I'm having a conversation with the CEO that's extraordinary you. And the extraordinary you needs to take these tips on ownership. Let's get into them. Own your mindset daily. Your thoughts shape your season. If you're thinking that something outside of you is stopping you, then you're never going to take ownership that you can make a change today. Start your day by choosing one intentional thought. Today, I'm going walking. That was my thought this morning. My leg was hurting last night. Like I started telling you guys, my leg was hurting. I put the salve on. I was moving. I still hit my almost 4,000 steps in 30 minutes. I was on it. Because I'm not waiting for somebody to bring the treadmill into my house, put my feet from out my bed onto the treadmill, hold me up and mechanically make my legs move. I'm owning the journey. So your thoughts shape your season. So how do you make it happen? Start your day by choosing one intentional. I am growing doing this. Own your pace. This isn't going from 0 to 100, 0 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 60 maybe. But you can't go from 0 to being an accomplished person in a day. It's not a possibility. Let's not set ourselves up to fail. Success lies in the details that you provide you. You're looking for that download? Let me tell you how you get that download. You are the download. You want more information about how to be the best version of you? Get the memo. That's a book by John Hope Bryant. I just read that recently. Get the memo. I read a lot, guys, because remember what I said. Mindset is everything. If I don't put it in there, I can't execute the plan. I got a plan to sell 10,000 books in the next 12 months. The reason of its significance is that we're looking to be free. I want to help us find the information that does that. I got it. Freedom isn't walking away from. Freedom is stepping into. You guys got to read the book to get more information. Just get locked in. Get locked in. Ooh. Y'all stay locked in with me on Instagram. You stay locked in with me on TikTok, Facebook, as well as LinkedIn. You guys will be getting more information over the upcoming year. It's going to be epic, which is the name of the series. Elevate potential to ignite change. I want to see change in our community. I want us to own our steps. And it doesn't matter what community you are from. Own your, I don't curse, but own your stuff. Own your stuff. Own your pace. Comparison disrupts cultivation. You cannot compare your experience with someone else's experience. Your life, well lived, is much different than other people's life. Your experiences are much different than other people's experiences. So we're not comparing your life to their life, their success to your success. You can take some tips. Like in my book, hashtag poverty to six figures. In my book, hashtag poverty to six figures, this is what I do. In the chapter, I'm gonna read. Remember, you guys get the first chapter free. So I'm just gonna go to a small section of this chapter, guys. We're gonna go to the end of the chapter, figure 1.1. And in figure 1.1, this is what I say. I gotta take off my glasses, guys. I'm getting a little older, so I don't do the trombone effect. I just take them off. I look good with or without them. Clarity. Take an honest look at your habits. What patterns are holding you back? Where are you repeating the same mistakes? Now, the chapter itself is about, let's go back. The chapter itself is about rising from the ashes. And from those ashes, it's the first spark, preparing for promotion. So it talks about when I first got my very first promotion. But within the book, it's all about you finding your promotion, you finding your steps. So that night, it says, I asked myself the hard questions, the ones I've been avoiding for so long. What from my past am I holding on to? What limiting beliefs am I still clinging to? What decisions or actions led me to this exact moment? What patterns or habits do I keep repeating that are sabotaging me? These were questions I asked myself. But in the book itself, it's all about you building your role, your CEO hashtag poverty to six figures. It gives you examples of how I did it. So what I mean by comparison, you can take someone's example and reconstruct it into yours, putting in your circumstances, your life, being and having the life that you want. Because don't nobody want the same things. Even people who want to be wealthy have a different avenue in which they're going to take to get there. Now we're going to own your revolution. Own your evolution. Leadership demands growth. Let me tell you how. Ask weekly, who do I need to become next? Listen to the tip. Then act like it. Act like the person who you need to become next. I'm gonna tell you guys, for instance, 2 years ago, I stuttered. I could not hold a whole conversation without stuttering. I wanted to be able to speak intelligently, not just intelligently. I wanted to speak, whereas in I was confident. I spent 6 months doing a podcast 2 podcasts a week to get myself prepared. Because what I wanted to do next was be able to be a inspirational, because motivation is internal, inspiration is external. To be an inspirational speaker. So I started being that person twice a week. I started doing shorts, 20-second clips every day. Because if you want to be something, if you want to do something, if you want to have something, if you don't have it already, CEOs, that means you're not that person today. So you got to step into who that person is. That's how you own your outcomes. That's how you own how to keep growing in every season. First, understanding that the season is happening for you. 2, use the season's lessons and don't let the season's situations own you. And then lastly, we just talked about owning your growth. You are the tree of life. Own watering the soil, or own planting the seed, own nurturing the soil. Own it. That's what it's about, CEOs. Because every week I just come here and remind you of who you want to be. You want to be that person that grows through every season. You want to be the one who gets over tragedy, gets over circumstance, and grows and does and be the person that you want to be. You already want that. Thank you, Florence, for jumping in with me. I appreciate you. Romeo, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you as well. I appreciate everybody who's checking in with me today. And each week on Wake Up CEO, I talk about things that grow, develop the inner CEO that is you. So we're going to get into this, my favorite. Y'all know this is my favorite part of the whole show. If you guys on TikTok are new to watching me, this is my favorite part of the show. It is called the Leadership 3-point play that is powered by Say I'm Possible Academy, where self-leadership gets GPS. Play 1. Identify the season you're in. Name it honestly without judgment. Play 2. Adjust your strategy, not your vision. Shift your actions to match your current reality. Play 3. Show up consistently, even when uncomfortable. Commit to daily activities that align with your future self. That was the Leadership 3-point play that was powered by Say I'm Possible Academy, where self-leadership gets what, guys? GPS. I always have a blast coming here every week, having a conversation with individuals on Wake Up CEO. This is my favorite activity of the week. On Wednesdays, when I come in here, I have opportunity to talk to individuals on the radio, to see individuals on TikTok, on Facebook, on on YouTube, on LinkedIn. I appreciate each of you guys for looking, watching, and interacting with me. It always makes me feel good to know that I'm not here talking alone, and that there are individuals that my message is reaching. So I hope that the tips that you guys you heard today, you utilized just one. Out of the 3 sections of being clear, empowered, and owning your best life. Take one of those tips and start moving forward on it. And I guarantee you that you will see a change, because to have something different, to be someone different, to do something different, you must change the person who you are today to grow and develop to be the person that you need to be for your tomorrows. So my final thoughts of the day: every season has a purpose. Every purpose has a lesson. And every lesson is preparing you to be the CEO. And next week, right here on Wake Up CEO, we will be doing a Christmas Eve edition. So I want y'all to stay locked in. I want you guys to stay focused on being the best version of you. And until next week, on My Radio Chicago, support District Radio by going to www.supportdistrictradio.com/stations/Chicago to take me on the go. Or go ahead and download us on that Live 365 app. I want you guys CEOs to be up, out, and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You. See you next week right here on Wednesdays, 3 to 5. Wake up, CEO. We are all looking to get to the cash. So I have the perfect book series for you by award-winning author Rachel L. Gary. Volume 1, Forged in Fire, Readers Rose from Life Ashes. In Volume 2, hashtag Poverty Six Figures, they broke those mental chains. Now comes Volume 3, Freedom Has GPS, reminding you that you are born to soar and build a legacy. Pre-orders are open for 50% off. Get the tools for the bag at www.sayiampossible.com.
Hey, it's your boy PJ. You listen to My Radio Chicago.
My questionnaire, the questions were just very exact and to the point of what I needed. And when I met with her in my one-on-one session, I found it to be very profound.
Excited for this. This is something I really need and something I've been looking for a while.
It's an assessment. Like, it asks questions that make you think deep about what you want your life to go.
The 10-week financial focus plan she gave me helped me to see it in a better way where it would make money.
It was basically a reality. Something that looked like a dream, but in reality, it was nothing but a shift of mindset. It's a state of mind.
Out and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You CEOs. See you next week, right here on CEO State of Mind.